From a small house in Santa Cruz to becoming cricket's biggest superstar, Brian Lara's life away from cricket will blow your mind. His huge mansion that looks like it belongs to a king, his amazing $14 million car collection nobody ever talks about, and the big family secret he's kept hidden for so many years. Watch until the end to see how this cricket hero almost lost it all before making the most amazing comeback in sports history. This isn't just another video about a famous person's lifestyle. This is the real story of the Prince of Port of Spain that will change everything you thought you knew about Brian Lara. Hey everyone, I'm your host, and today we're going to show you the amazing life of cricket legend Brian Lara. We all know about his incredible cricket records, like his 501 not out and 400 runs that made history, but today we're going to see his private life that most cameras never get to film. By the end of this special tour, you'll see why Brian Lara's life in 2025 is more exciting than ever before. Before we go into his beautiful home, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. It took us months to get this special access, and trust me, you don't want to miss a single minute of what we're about to show you. Also, leave a comment below with your favorite Brian Lara cricket memory for a chance to win signed items from the legend himself. Brian Lara didn't find true love as easily as he found cricket success. After many years as one of the world's most wanted bachelors, Brian found his perfect match in Andrea Henderson. They first met at a charity event in Trinidad back in 2018, but they kept their relationship secret for almost 2 years before telling the public. Andrea runs her own successful eco-friendly fashion business. What's really sweet is that when they first met, she had no idea who Brian was, something Brian says was really refreshing after being famous for so many years. Her background in business and charity work matched perfectly with what Brian wanted to do after cricket, and together they've become one of the most powerful couples in the Caribbean. While they don't share too much about their private life, their friends say their relationship is built on respect, the same values, and real friendship. Unlike many famous couples who are always in the gossip news, Brian and Andrea have built a private life that focuses on what's real instead of just looking good for cameras. Andrea keeps me balanced, Brian tells us as we sit in the bright sunny room of their home. After so many years living out of suitcases and hotel rooms, she's given me something I never really had during my cricket career, a real feeling of home and belonging. Brian's biggest pride isn't in his trophies or records, it's in his 2 daughters, Sydney and Tyla. At 14 and 10 years old, they are what Brian calls my greatest achievement yet, being a dad. Sydney, the older daughter, has her father's smart mind and competitive spirit, though she loves marine biology more than cricket. She's already a really good junior swimmer, and she's just as focused on her schoolwork and saving the environment. During our visit, she proudly shows us a science project about saving coral reefs that recently won a big prize in her region. Tyla, the younger daughter, seems to have both her father's sports talent and her mother's creative side. Right now she splits her time between cricket practice, yes, the Lara legacy might continue, and piano lessons. She runs through the house with endless energy that keeps everyone on their toes. Raising daughters today comes with its own challenges, Brian says. I want them to know their worth isn't tied to achievements or being famous, something I had to learn myself later in life. Whatever they choose to do, my job is to give them strong roots and the freedom to fly. Brian's approach to being a dad mixes discipline with freedom. Having grown up with a very strict father himself, he tries to balance rules with letting his daughters discover who they are. While the girls go to an expensive international school, weekends are sacred family time with no exceptions. A rule both Andrea and Brian strictly follow despite their busy schedules. Now, let's step inside Brian Lara's amazing home. Get ready to be amazed. Located on 5 acres of beautiful land overlooking the Gulf of Paria in Trinidad, this 15,000 square foot modern home mixes Caribbean style with modern luxury. As you approach the house, you see beautiful water features on both sides of a private driveway lined with palm trees. Security is not obvious but very thorough, something necessary for someone as famous as Brian. When you enter, You walk into a huge room with super tall ceilings and floor-to-ceiling windows that show amazing ocean views, immediately connecting the home to its tropical surroundings. I wanted a home that felt connected to Trinidad in every way. Brian explains as he shows us through the main living areas. The materials, the light, the way it frames the landscape, it's all about celebrating where I come from. The heart of the home is definitely the big kitchen and family area, where Andrea tells us they spend most of their time. Beautiful dark wood cabinets contrast with the newest kitchen appliances, while a huge island provides space for casual meals and homework sessions with the girls. Cricket took me around the world, but nothing beats family meals right here, Brian says, pointing to the casual dining area that opens to a covered outdoor living space. The formal dining room, used mainly when they have guests, has an amazing custom table that seats 20 people under a beautiful chandelier made by a local artist using materials from different Caribbean islands. Next to it is a special temperature-controlled wine room with Brian's impressive collection, which he started building during his cricket tours in Australia and South Africa. Moving to the private areas, the main bedroom takes up its own wing with 2 bathrooms, a meditation space, and a private terrace overlooking the infinity pool. The girls' rooms show their personalities, Sydney's filled with books and ocean-inspired decorations, while Tyla's has both cricket items and musical instruments. Perhaps most impressive is Brian's study, a thoughtfully designed space where cricket history meets modern technology. Here, framed cricket memorabilia shares wall space with modern art, and a custom desk faces both the ocean view and multiple screens where Brian manages his various businesses. This is Command Central, he jokes. From here I can run my foundation, keep up with investments, and still watch every cricket match worth seeing. The lower level has what Brian calls his passion projects, a special climate-controlled display of his most treasured cricket items like a museum, a fully equipped gym that's as good as professional training facilities, a movie room with seating for 20, and most surprisingly, a recording studio where Brian enjoys his lesser-known passion for music. Outside, the property continues to impress with an infinity pool that looks like it merges with the ocean horizon, a full tennis court, a cricket practice net of course, and beautiful gardens, featuring local plants. A separate guest house provides rooms for visiting family and friends, ensuring privacy for both hosts and guests. We designed this place to be a peaceful retreat, not just a showpiece, Andrea explains. Yes, it's beautiful, but more importantly, it works for our family and the life we want to live. Brian Lara's net worth in 2025 is about $65 million. A number that shows not just what he earned from cricket but how smart he's been in business since retiring. During his playing career, Lara was one of cricket's highest paid athletes, getting top money not just from cricket boards but from big endorsement deals with brands like MRF, Pepsi and Reebok. While those contracts started his wealth, it's his business ventures after retirement that have really grown his fortune. His investments are very diverse. Commercial real estate developments across the Caribbean, tech startups focused on sports analytics, clean energy projects, and a big stake in a successful cricket academy business that has locations in 5 countries. He also gets paid very well for commentary work and appearances, though he's pickier now about which events he does. Financial security wasn't something I took for granted, Brian tells us. Coming from a modest background, I made some mistakes early in my career. Now I focus on investments that help communities while also making money. It's about leaving a legacy, not just being rich. One particularly successful venture has been Lara Luxury Resorts, a small chain of high-end hotels with properties in Trinidad, Barbados, and St. Lucia that focus on eco-friendly luxury and authentic Caribbean experiences. The brand has won international awards for its innovative approach to environmentally friendly hospitality. Brian has also quietly collected an impressive amount of art, focusing mainly on Caribbean artists, both well-known and new ones. What started as a personal interest has turned into a significant investment, with several pieces going up a lot in value. "I collect art that speaks to our Caribbean identity and history," he explains as we admire a striking modern piece in the main hallway. "These artists are telling our stories, and supporting them is both personally satisfying and, it turns out, financially smart." Despite his wealth, Brian's daily routine shows a man of discipline and purpose, rather than just enjoying luxury. He wakes up at 5:30 a.m. and begins each day with meditation followed by an hour of fitness, a habit he's kept from his playing days. Breakfast with the family is non-negotiable, after which he divides his time between business meetings, foundation work, and family commitments. "My schedule today is actually more structured than during my cricket career," he laughs. "When you're playing, there's a natural rhythm to training and matches. In business and family life, you have to create that structure yourself." His garage has what car lovers would consider a dream collection: a custom Range Rover autobiography, a beautifully restored 1967 Mercedes-Benz 280 SL, a Ferrari Roma, and his everyday car, a surprisingly practical electric Porsche Taycan. "The Ferrari is pure joy," he admits with a boyish smile. "But I'm increasingly aware of environmental impact, which is why I drive the Taycan most days." Travel is still a big part of Brian's lifestyle, though for different reasons than during his cricket years. Family vacations are a priority, with yearly trips to new places that combine relaxation with educational experiences for the girls. Business travel takes him regularly to major financial centers, while his foundation work involves visits to communities across the Caribbean. "We want the girls to understand both their privilege and their responsibility," Andrea explains about their travel philosophy. "Every trip includes some element of cultural education or service." When it comes to fashion, Brian's style has evolved from the flashy looks of his younger years to a refined elegance that mixes custom-made suits with casual luxury. His watch collection, particularly his limited edition Patek Philippe and vintage Rolex pieces, shows both smart investing and personal taste. Perhaps most telling about Brian's current lifestyle is his calendar, how he chooses to use his most valuable resource, time. Between board meetings and business reviews are slots reserved for coaching youth cricket, family dinners, and personal growth. He's currently learning French, inspired by the girls' language studies at school. "Time is the one thing cricket taught me to respect," he reflects. "In a test match, you learn patience and persistence. In life after cricket, those same qualities determine whether you succeed or just get by." The Brian Lara Foundation represents the cricket legend's most passionate commitment beyond family. Started in 2010 with a focus on youth development through sport and education, the foundation has greatly expanded its reach and impact with Andrea's influence as co-chair. Working primarily across the Caribbean, but with some international programs, the foundation runs cricket academies that combine sports training with academic support, making sure participants develop both athletic skills and educational foundations. These academies have already produced several professional cricketers, and more importantly, hundreds of university scholarships for students who might otherwise have limited opportunities. "Cricket gave me everything," Brian says with clear emotion as we visit a foundation facility in Port of Spain. "But not every talented kid gets the chances I did. Our job is to create paths where skill and determination are enough, where money doesn't determine destiny." Beyond sport, the foundation has recently launched programs addressing climate resilience in vulnerable Caribbean communities and digital literacy programs aimed at preparing young people for future jobs. A partnership with MIT provides advanced STEM education opportunities for exceptional students identified through foundation programs. What makes the Lara Foundation different from many celebrity charities is Brian's hands-on involvement. He personally coaches at academy sessions monthly, knows many students by name, and has been known to personally step in when promising individuals face specific challenges. "This isn't about writing checks or just lending my name," he insists. "It's about showing up consistently for these kids and communities. That's the only way real change happens." Andrea's influence has brought additional focus on girls' participation in both sport and STEM programs, addressing historical gender imbalances in both areas. Their yearly fundraising gala has become one of the Caribbean's premier social events, attracting international donors and raising millions for foundation programs. As our day with Brian nears its end, we find a quiet moment to ask about his thoughts on his journey, from the boy practicing with a broomstick bat in Santa Cruz to the man sitting before us now. Cricket gave me a platform, but what matters is what you build on that platform, he says thoughtfully. Records get broken, trophies collect dust, but the lives you touch and the family you build, that's the real legacy. When asked about challenges he's faced since retiring from professional sport, Brian is refreshingly honest. The transition wasn't easy. Your identity is so tied to being a player, to that roar of the crowd. Building a new purpose takes time. There were difficult years, times when I felt lost despite all the outer success. It's a vulnerable admission from someone whose career showed excellence and control. Andrea and the girls changed everything, he continues. They gave me reasons beyond myself to build something meaningful. As for the future, Brian's vision remains characteristically ambitious yet thoughtful. I want to see cricket continue growing globally while staying true to its traditions. I want to help build economic strength across the Caribbean. Most of all, I want my daughters to grow into women who know their worth and use their privileges responsibly. As the Caribbean sun sets over Brian Lara's extraordinary home, painting the infinity pool in gold and red, we're left with the image of a man who has successfully changed from sporting icon to family man, businessman, and community leader. His journey from cricket's highest peak to this balanced, purposeful life offers lessons that go beyond sport. The Brian Lara of 2025 is a man who measures wealth not just in money but in relationships, impact, and personal growth. His lifestyle, while definitely luxurious, shows thoughtful choices rather than just spending. His family gives him both purpose and joy, while his foundation work ensures his influence extends far beyond cricket's boundaries. Looking back at my journey, Brian says as we prepare to leave, I realize that my greatest innings wasn't played on any cricket ground. It's the life I'm living now. The records were just the beginning of the story. This sentiment perhaps best captures the essence of Brian Lara today, a man whose achievements opened doors, but whose wisdom helped him walk through the right ones. From the cricket pitch to the boardroom, from bachelor to family man, from player to mentor, Brian Lara continues to evolve while staying true to his roots. Trinidad made me, he says with pride evident in his voice. Now my job is to help make a better Trinidad, a better Caribbean, for the next generation. That's the real century worth celebrating. And there you have it, a special look into the amazing world of Brian Lara that very few people have ever seen. If you enjoyed this inside look at cricket's living legend, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more exclusive access to the private lives of global stars. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next video featuring another sports legend's amazing life story. Want to support the causes Brian cares about? We've included links to the Brian Lara Foundation in the description below, where your donations can help create opportunities for the next generation of Caribbean talent. And don't forget to share this video with other cricket fans who love this rare look into the Prince of Port of Spain's kingdom. Until next time, this is Celeb Spotlight, bringing you the real stories behind the famous faces. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.